All right, everybody. Good morning. What a good morning it is. How's everybody doing? I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to another Family Morning Transformation with yours truly, DMP Speaks. Listen, thanks so much for the time. I apologize. I was supposed to be on much earlier, but having some difficulties with my equipment. I do apologize for my tardiness, but I am here live with you on this morning. If you don't know who I am, let me introduce myself. My name is David M. Pinkston, but I go by the name of DMP Speaks. I am an empowerment speaker. I am a board certified Christian counselor, but I'm also a family restoration specialist, which means I come to rebuild, grow your family dynamic. And I go live every morning at 7:30. I do my best if I don't have difficulties, but it's 7:30 a.m. Monday through Friday and Sunday, 7:30, and at 8:30 on Saturday morning. To just give you some nuggets as you go out the door, or you're spending time with your family, or you just need some help and you need some assistance. I'm here for you and your family. What I want to say and what I want to talk about, just have a couple notes, a couple tips, ideas that I want you to really kind of think about to be able to implement in your life. And please do me a favor, please share this with someone. I promise you this will be just a few minutes today because of the time allowed. I want to talk about really quick conversations. This has something to do with communication, but having the conversation or building the communication with your child, but not forcing communication or not forcing conversations on your child. I'll say that again. You want to have conversations with your children, right? Anybody does. But you do not, and I want to repeat, you do not want to force them to talk. Now, you might say, well, they're going to do what I say. That's fine if that's what you want to do. Well, let me tell you, when you force your child to talk, you're not going to get a lot out of them. I'm just going to be blatantly honest this morning. You're not going to get a lot of words, phrases. You're not going to get a lot from their mind and what they're thinking about. You're not going to get really a lot of heartfelt feedback or response to your questions or your concerns. Because when you forcefully make them talk, they feel attacked. It's just as simple as that. They feel attacked. And when they feel attacked, they shut down. And they will. And you know that they will. They will shut down on you. They don't have nothing else to say. They'll look at you like you crazy. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it a buck this morning. They will look at you like you crazy because they not only do they feel attacked, they don't feel heard, right? Because we're talking about communication, and I also have a private registration only Zoom this Friday, not this Friday, this Thursday at 8 p.m. And the reason why I'm talking about this communication all this week is because there is different variations of where people have concerns or they have trouble or they have issues. But I really wanted to bring this out. When you force your child to talk, you're only going to really get half truth. You're only going to get, sometimes you're going to get a full lie and a half truth, because they're going to give you what you want, but that's not what they really want to say. So you're only going to get half of the truth of what they're saying when you try to force them, right? You can't force a response. You can, but it's not going to always be beneficial to you. It's just not. And I'm going to be honest with you, again, why I know this, because I did this with my niece to try to force her to talk. And I tried to force my son to talk. And it just didn't get anywhere. They just got quiet. They got mute. If they would respond from my aggressiveness, right? But we weren't getting anywhere. We weren't getting anywhere. What I'm saying to you, parents and guardians, you want the information that you want from your child or grandchild or your niece or nephew, but you got your approach. Your approach might just be a little off. Again, not trying to be sensitive, but your approach to what you are trying to gather, the information that you're trying to gather, the understanding that you're trying to receive, it just might be a little off because of your approach. Because again, they don't feel attacked. They're not going to want to come to you and talk, because every time that you talk to them, it's a forced conversation. And you never want to have these conversations because they don't go anywhere. They have no place in your life, in your relationship. You have to be able to get to a place where you are having those conversations and in the best way that you can. And when I say the best way that you can, I'm talking about in the best relaxed state that you can, because if there's already chaos and the child already feels tight, they're not going to really release what's really going on. And you want to know what's going on with them, right? If it's school, if it's a relationship, if it's a friendship, if it's school related, if it's personal related, or if an issue happened, a situation happened, and even though you're upset and you want to know, you want to make that child feel comfortable enough to come to you and not forcefully talk to you, because again, they're not going to give you all the information that you're looking for. You feel like you're going in a circle. You haven't really got the information. They're going to shut down. And again, and then I bring this up quite a bit, you don't want them to go to somebody else, or you don't want them to go to the wrong person. Because when they go to the wrong person, they're going to get the wrong advice. And they're going to keep doing the same thing over and over, and things are going to get worse. And it can be a ricochet effect, and you don't want that. So what do? You talk to them and you say, you know what? I'm upset right now, but I want to calm down because I really want to hear what you have to say. Because you're giving them a voice to speak. You're allowing them not just to speak, but you're giving them a voice, because they felt like other times when you have yelled, screamed, or made them forcefully talk, they felt like they couldn't be heard or they weren't heard, right? But you're giving them an opportunity to be heard. You're giving them an opportunity to express themselves. It's very important for the development of their minds. Remember, a child's mind is not fully developed until they get about 24, 25, right? The serotonin levels and the dopamine, they're attracted to certain things, right? To open up their minds. Right? But if you don't allow them to develop in their conversations and develop in their conversations with you in general, they're not going to be developed to have realistic conversations and be open and transparent when it's necessary. So what am I saying? When you force yourself or force that child or grandchild, niece or nephew to talk, you're not going to get anywhere. And I see this a lot. I hear this a lot. And I know you might be dealing with this today. You don't want to, but maybe your approach is just, and again, with the respect, it could just be off. So I want you to know all you got to do is just make some adjustments. You got to just make a pivot. So the next time you go with the same thing you've been doing is forcibly making them talk, make them feel comfortable. Like you have to create a comfortable space for them to be themselves, first and foremost. And the second thing is for them to be able to talk freely. And the third thing, and I'm done, not to be judged. These kids these days, if they feel judged, they already feel pressure, but they feel judged and they don't feel like you're listening to them, shut down. This is shut down. You know it. You know it. And even though you know it, it's hard to make that adjustment. So this is what I want to say to you, and I'm done. I want to say to you, even though it's tough to do, it's possible. It's past possible. This is something that you have to do because we got to save our kids. I'll say it again. We have to save our children. I put up a message here on Facebook earlier before I started my live, and I said, your family is your rock. Doesn't matter what happened or what other people say. Your family is there. They're everything. And because they're everything, you got to do everything in your power to have the realistic conversations, not forceful conversations, but open and transparent, and that you're listening. Okay? Because it's so very important. So I'm going to stop right here. I hope that this helped you because I want to be respectful of your time. Listen, I promise I'll be back on 7:30 tomorrow on time, just having some technical difficulties. Thank you so much for your time. But let me say this to you. Maybe some of you are just at your wits' end and you're trying and it just hasn't worked. Let me coach your family. Let me help rebuild your dynamic because at the end of the day, family is everything, everybody. Hear me clear. Family is everything. And because family is everything, you got to do everything that is in your right to help your family grow. To help your family grow. You're already working on health. You're already giving shelter. You're already giving food and all these wonderful things. But you got to work on your relationship. You got to work on your communication, right? You got to work on your love. I'm going to be talking about later family love language. Y'all not even ready for that. I'm just being honest. Y'all not even ready for that because we talk about relationships, and I started thinking, yes, men and women have love language, but what about family? What about your children? What about your grandchildren? What about your wife? What about your husband? That's your family. You got to have a love language. What am I saying? Why am I saying this? I'm not doing a shameless plug. I'm saying to you, we got to think outside the box when it comes for our family to get healed, for us to come together, for us to be closer than we ever been before, because society, right? People that don't care, people that just want to use and abuse your family. Listen, we got to stick together. Your family got to stick together, and we got to have these conversations, but it can't be forced. It has to be open. It has to be transparent. It has to be, that child has to feel your love, has to feel your compassion, has to feel your understanding. And not saying that you can't correct your child. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is when it's necessary, do what you need to do, but do it in a way that this child understands, even though I'm upset with you, I still love you. I have to correct you, but I want you to know that I'm here for you. And that's when you don't force yourself in these conversations and you allow that child to be open. So if this is you, if you feel like you need help and you're interested, you're saying, I really need somebody like you, DMP Speaks, to help my family because I know what I need for my family. I know the results that I want to have. Father, Dad, you might be saying, This is what my family needs. Don't hesitate. I'm here. I'm here for you. Grandma, you might be feeling like I'm all over the place. Son, I need some help. I'm here for you. I'm being serious. I want to help your family grow. I want to see success in your family. I want to see you become the best family that you all can be. I want you to click the link in my bio and sign up for your free 30-minute consultation call. Listen, it's been a pleasure being with you all on this morning. I want to let you know your family is everything. It is your rock. Do what you need to do to help them grow. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.